and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Lauren Nelson.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from the brand new, beautiful Scissortail Park in Oklahoma City.
Dedicated and opened in September, this spot has brought new life to downtown Oklahoma City in the form of an impressive park. It's a 70-acre public space created by funds generated by a penny sales tax, known to many as MAPS. You'll find the park just south of the myriad botanical gardens, stretching south close to the shore of the Oklahoma River. We'll show you around throughout the show. And while this is a beautiful spot in the heart of Oklahoma City, sometimes you just need to get away from it all.
Absolutely, and we have a great idea just for that. Come along with me now to the Flyin D Ranch just outside of Davis in southern Oklahoma.
Like a gentle and consistent nudge to your soul, being outside, enjoying the beautiful outdoors, being in the country where it's peaceful and quiet can reset your perspective, your attitude, even your health. Here at the Flyin D Ranch near Davis, you can get a healthy dose of nature on top of some peace and quiet. You can feed some animals. You can relax. Margaret Davis and her husband have owned this working cattle ranch for 19 years, and they have 2 guest houses for you to choose from before you begin your exploratory play in the country.
The small cabin, it sleeps 5. It's the bunkhouse. And the Brandon Post was an old barn, a 2-story barn that we converted to a house, a guest house, and it sleeps comfortably 6 people.
Each place is roomy and cozy.
We have cable, TV, and all the cooking utensils and the blankets and sheets and towels. And
there were a couple of different options. We probably could have all fit in the smaller one, but I opted for the bigger one just because I knew being there together and relaxing is what we wanted to do. So we were going to be spending time at the actual accommodations. It was perfect. There was the upstairs part where it could be a little more quiet, and then there was the downstairs part where we could have the TV on or we could play games. We made big breakfasts, and it was perfect for family time.
Julie, her husband, and 2 kids are from Wichita, Kansas, and had just stayed here 4 days.
We just wanted something quiet and peaceful, and it has been absolutely that, all of that. The animals have been amazing. The hummingbirds will just flit around outside the cabin. It's so just picturesque and perfect and amazing and just relaxing, which is what we needed.
Feeding some of the animals is a favorite pastime.
we have the llamas and the goats, and they're usually around the Brandon Post wanting, to have love. And then up by the bunkhouse, we have the horses. We have mini horses. We have goats up there. And the fun animal we have is the guinea hens that go around and get the wood ticks and grasshoppers, but they're fun to watch. And we have chickens, of course.
But honestly, who wouldn't enjoy feeding the llamas and looking at that face as they enjoy their snacks? You can also feed the horses. Now, you can't ride these horses, but you can bring your own horse to ride on the ranch. You can even play with Bandit, the Davis's rambunctious blue heeler, and referee between other animals. While there are several hiking trails to enjoy, many people come here for the tranquil surroundings.
It's so quiet out here. You can hear the frogs and the katydids and the crickets, and it's beautiful at night.
Put your phone down, come out and relax and just be with nature and be peaceful and take it all in.
I really do, want to share it with people.
The Flyin D Ranch is just outside of Davis. It's about an hour drive south of Oklahoma City on I-35 and then a bit west. Learn more about the location on their website, absolutecountry.net.
And a weekend there would be topped off quite nicely with a bottle of Oklahoma-produced wine.
That's right, and good thing we have the perfect place to find it. Jason Grubbs takes us to one of the many great Oklahoma wineries. Let's check out Whispering Vines in Tulsa.
Lid sets right on the wine, and then we air it up and it keeps it fresh just like a bottle of wine.
When it came time to retire, Dean and Doreen Risen wanted something fun to fill their days, and running a winery seemed to fit that bill.
And so we toured from Washington to California, New York, all the states around here, and some were serious, some were having fun. We go, let's just do it and have fun,
They spent a couple of years taking classes through OSU and volunteering at an area vineyard.
And, and you make a lot of mistakes, too, early. So I got to drink my mistakes and everybody else got to drink the good stuff.
Then in 2002, the couple perfected their wine, and it was time to open Whispering Vines Vineyard and Winery, where the variety of wines have picked up quite a few gold and silver medals over the years.
We do fruit wines, port, sweet wines.
From Cabs to Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc to Sangria, Whispering Vines produces 18 varieties.
There's so many varieties to choose from. You can have that really distinct dry taste and you could be that sweet wine. There's something for everybody.
Anita Miller and her husband have been enjoying Whispering Vines for years. So much so, they joined the Adopt a Plant and Volunteer program out here, helping to prune and harvest the vineyard.
And about 10 years ago, we kind of were driving by and we found this winery. And we stepped in and we met Dean and Doreen, the owners. And it's like, not only the wines got us, but them. They have become really good friends.
The motto around here is just that, blending wine with friends. It's right on the bottles, and it all starts with the tastings.
This is grape juice with a kick. So
They like that one. It's very educational and it's fun. There's always a fun time. There's always some humor involved in it.
The winery has seen visitors from all 50 states, and they're represented by the pins here on this map. Right next to it, a map of the world. And as you can see, we've had visitors from Tokyo, Taipei, Sydney, Australia, even New Zealand.
The peach is amazing. It just like melts in your mouth.
Marta Manzo and her sister are traveling cross-country from Kentucky to California, and they recommend the stop in.
Absolutely, and the wines are absolutely fabulous. They're fruit wines, which I'm a sweet drinker, so all of mine are like on the sweet side.
Oh, it's really good, yeah, definitely. We ended up buying some because we enjoyed it, and they have some nice little souvenirs and things, so.
The wine here comes from 2,300 plants and make about 1,000 cases a year. It's all made right in here, just about 10 minutes west of downtown Tulsa.
Yeah, we'll have wine in every one of them.
Harvested, squeezed, fermented, blended, bottled, and tagged. The process takes a few months.
Say 10 days fermenting, 2 months clarifying, 2 months cold stabilization, and then it's filtered through a filter pump, and then it goes to the stainless tank. So you're looking 5 months at least.
Rent out the winery for a party or stop in for a tasting. They're just $5. It's free with purchase. Regular hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 6.
The gates open, we're open. That's a sign out front there.
If you give them a call ahead, they're happy to open early or stay late. In West Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Whispering Vines Vineyards and Winery is located at 7374 West 51st Street in Tulsa. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to sunset. Head to their website, whisperingvines.net, for more information.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
I come in here approximately 3 to 4 times a week.
Food so good they keep coming back for more. We'll show you where.
We get a lot of Route 66 travelers, like international travelers.
Plus the must-stop shop on Route 66 in Clinton.
I've never seen anything like this, so it's like modern and something good for Oklahoma City, I think.
And we'll continue showing around the new Scissortail Park in Oklahoma City when Discover Oklahoma continues.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Scissortail Park in downtown Oklahoma City. There are so many different things for folks to see and do here. This spot is really attracting visitors from across the region.
And if you're headed this way from western Oklahoma, we have a must-stop spot for you, Strayhouse Kitchen and Coffee in Clinton.
The building was built in 1907. It was a Washita Lumber Company back when this was Washita Junction. So it's always been a lumber yard. We got some odd looks when we were like, we're gonna do a coffee shop out of it. They're like, okay, you're crazy.
We get a lot of Route 66 travelers, like international travelers, and they almost always buy a bag of the locally roasted bean because it's imported and fair trade imported, and then he puts his spin on it, and it's truly one of a kind, unique. So we couldn't deny that because they're so tired of like gas station coffee, these travelers from Europe. that by the time they get here and they ask for a traditional cap, they're very excited to have that. So I'd say that's a big seller. We do a lot of lattes, a lot of iced coffee drinks, but the espresso blend is, I believe, mild enough and it plays well enough with the milk, either milk alternative like almond milk or traditional milk.
We get the green beans in, and I use an importer out of Kansas City, Anthem Imports, and they get beans from all over the world. And so the ones that I typically use are the Brazil, Ethiopian, Sumatran, Costa Rican are the kind of the favorites. It turns green beans into beans we're used to seeing as coffee that's roasted and ready to drink. You're removing moisture and you're caramelizing the bean, basically, is why it turns brown. And so then how fast you do that and the temperature at which you do it and the different phases that you go through, if you speed them up or slow them down with temperature, then it highlights certain notes of the bean and kind of hides others. And so with a lot of trial and error, and two, it's a natural product, so you can do the same roast back to back and it'll taste different.
Our #1 seller is a club. We sell so much of that, mostly I believe because it's stacked so tall, so many meats and cheeses and different toppings on it. But we do also sell, we have another sandwich called the high steaks, where it's like a steak style sandwich pressed hot. So we try to offer things that will be filling as well as nutritious. And then we sell a lot of salads, and we make soup every day, scratch made soup.
I don't think there's any place out here that like it, and I think people are kind of searching for a place that's like Strayhouse that kind of offers some unique different teas and drinks, and it's coming from the city, that's kind of what we're looking for, is someplace out here, and I think it kind of fills that void.
We wanted to offer a different type of option along I-40 and Route 66 of more like clean eating, because it is difficult when you're traveling or even just locally to go and sit down and get some food that you feel truly good about putting in your body.
You'll find Strayhouse Kitchen and Coffee at 1128 South 5th Street in Clinton. They're open 6 days a week, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Now, maybe your journey here to Scissortail Park, it might take you through Enid.
And if that's the place, we've got another must-stop spot for you. Let's check out Farmhouse Fresh Deli. Farm-to-table restaurants are all the rage, and in Enid, Farmhouse Fresh is serving up some of the most delicious handmade farm fresh food in the state. Paulette and her family opened Farmhouse Fresh to complete their farming circle.
Farming is a perishable item. No matter what you're doing, whatever crop there is, it's a very perishable item. So you have to have an outlet for that. So with that, we decided that putting it into handmade meals was our better option to complete our circle. Farmhouse Fresh is kind of the completion of what we consider our farming circle.
Because they use the freshest ingredients, the menu changes daily depending on what goods they have.
You get to create something unique every day. What we have up there today will not be up there tomorrow, 90% of the time. Monday and Tuesday's cold sandwich. Wednesday's up in the air because it depends on what we have left over from Monday, Tuesday. Thursday, Friday is usually always either a hot sandwich or a hot meal.
Customers don't seem to mind the changing menu. They flock to Farmhouse Fresh for the fresh eats.
It's kind of exciting coming in and not having the same thing on the menu day after day after day in a variety, so that's a good choice. I come in here approximately 3 to 4 times a week. The food is always fresh, it's clean, it's not processed. She takes a lot of pride in her menu, and it's always good tasting, so I enjoy that.
We can have great food without feeling like we're overdoing it, and it's so good. It's just so good.
Because they're all about local, fresh, clean food, Farmhouse Fresh focuses on the overall health of the meals they offer customers.
We specialize in a lot of different diets, vegan, vegetarian, paleo, keto, things like that. It just rolls into life in general. If you're not sustainable with your own body, how do you expect to be sustainable in life?
At Farmhouse Fresh, you can also pick from their wide variety of baked goods and a great cup of coffee or tea.
It's very difficult to go healthy on the baked goods. We try to use as many local ingredients as we possibly can. We always have cupcakes, but every couple of days they're completely different. Mini pies are a big thing for us. We do apple and cherry danishes, and we sell out of those.
So for farm-to-table food at its freshest and finest, make the trip to Farmhouse Fresh in Enid.
I believe you can always find something really, really good.
Farmhouse Fresh Deli is open 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. They close at 2 on Saturdays and they're closed all day on Sunday. You'll find them at 717 South Hoover Street in Enid.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
My son is he's blown away. I mean, he's just running from one spot to another. And
we test out everything here at Scissortail Park.
The best. The mouth-watering, the best, hands down, hands down.
Plus, some of the best barbecue in the region. We'll try it out a little later on Discover Oklahoma.
Maybe it's time to take in the view and discover yourself in the land of what's new. Here, history happens in the blink of an eye, and learning is fun. You can even ask why. At travelok.com, find even more. Come see for yourself and then go explore.
Welcome back to Scissortail Park in downtown Oklahoma City. What an incredible experience here. Everything from an ornamental garden to a lake, playground, seasonal roller rink, a dog park, and that's far from all of it.
And it's safe to say there is so much here, it's actually difficult to cover it all.
That's right, but our friend Deanne Stein is going to try. She's showing us around.
Along with being touted as an urban oasis, this park was built for recreation. So I brought along my 12-year-old daughter, Belle, to go check out the park and see what all it has to offer. Are you ready to go? Yeah. All right, let's do this.
When you walk through the main entrance, you'll first notice the 5-acre Great Lawn with a hill at the back.
Right now it's available just for people to come out and play. I've seen people playing football and frisbee and bocce ball and just utilizing it that way as just a community meeting place.
It's also the perfect spot to catch a concert at the covered main stage with the Oklahoma City skyline as the backdrop, or catch one of the many events planned like this farmer's market.
I think it's a really great way for families to come together on like a Sunday and spending time together. This is really cool. I've never seen anything like this, so it's like modern and something good for Oklahoma City, I think.
The 36 acres of the upper park includes a native landscape that can withstand Oklahoma's weather.
Some of our most unique plants, I think, are oak trees, so post oaks, blackjacks, two of the most numerous trees in Oklahoma.
The Grand Promenade is the main thoroughfare through the park, lined with oak trees and food trucks every weekend.
The promenade is very beautiful. It's just a really pretty stroll. I've seen a lot of people just walking and biking down there.
Our stroll led us to the children's playground, a definite hotspot for families.
The children's playground is very interactive. We have treehouse structure with a slide, a giant spider that you can crawl on. There's interactive digging areas with a sand pit and some little diggers. There's a giant netscape for the little bit older kids, a rock climbing wall, and a picnic pavilion to offer some shade and a place to have lunch.
Belle quickly claimed her spot on this popular spinning disc.
I know, it's pretty fun!
my son is he's blown away. I mean, he's just running from one spot to another and got to try this out and got to try that out. And the playground equipment is spectacular. I mean, compared to some of the other parks in Oklahoma City, it's like they've gone above and beyond.
Next to the playground is the interactive fountain that represents Oklahoma's waving wheat.
There's large sprays and then it gets smaller until it's finally just a reflecting pool. So we've seen everybody from infant all the way up enjoying that, especially on warm days.
The promenade then led us up to the Skydance Bridge near the event pavilion, where in the spring you can roller skate. From there, we found Scissortail Lake with a 240-foot bridge walkway spanning its nearly 4 acres of water. It was here where we also discovered another popular activity.
Okay. Let's go under the bridge. You want to go under the bridge?
In the spring, the park will add kayaks and paddle boats to rent. Our last stop was the fenced dog park, divided into 2 sections for both large and small dogs.
We finally made it around the whole 36 acres of the upper park, and I think we got it all in. What do you think? What was your favorite?
I like the dog park because it was I liked how the dogs were tackling. They're just silly and having fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the paddle boats were my favorite. One thing's for certain, if you haven't been out here, you need to come check it out, find your favorites. In Oklahoma City at Scissortail Park, I'm Deanne Stein, and you are?
Belle.
For Discover Oklahoma.
There really is so much going on in the park that you'll need a calendar to keep up. Check out scissortailpark.org and click on the calendar to find out what's going on every single day here.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
I feel like everybody tells us you have the best okra there is.
Sure, the barbecue is awesome, but wait until you taste the sides when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Want to discover even more about the show? Go online and watch Discover Oklahoma anywhere, anytime. Catch up on missed episodes, track down interesting locations, and submit your own story ideas. Start exploring today at discoveroklahomatv.com.
We have had an incredible time checking out Scissortail Park in downtown Oklahoma City today.
We have, but you know what time it is? I've worked up an appetite, so I think on the way back to the office we need to grab a bite.
That sounds good to me, and Tiffany Tatro has the perfect suggestion for us. She's taking us to Texlahoma BBQ in Edmond.
It only takes a few words to describe the food at Texlahoma BBQ.
Oh, the best. The mouth-watering, the best, hands down, hands down.
The Edmond restaurant is making quite a name for itself with their amazing barbecue.
They've got the best ribs in Oklahoma as far as I'm concerned.
The meat is smoked in-house using a true pit style.
It's all old school smoke, so it's all natural wood. Lots of time, but we think, it kind of yields a real good product. So it's just a lot of passion. You can't do this without passion, and we certainly are very passionate about it.
It's no surprise the brisket is a top seller.
It all starts with that salt, pepper, garlic rub we put on it. Nothing, like I said, nothing crazy. And then it's smoked for about 12 hours.
And it wouldn't be barbecue without ribs.
Salt, pepper, garlic also on those. We smoke those out there for about 4 hours.
But it's not just the meat that brings people in. The sides are all homemade from scratch.
I feel like everybody tells us you have the best okra there is.
The sides are so good, they bring a vegan to a barbecue restaurant.
I'm a vegan and for health reasons, so I love barbecue, so I come out and enjoy okra. I love okra, so I enjoy eating that along with the salad and the slaw, so it's good.
But it's still those tender, mouth-watering ribs that keep folks coming back.
I've had a lot of great ribs, across the state, but here we both feel like, me and my buddy Adam, that the best ribs are here at Texlahoma.
They're just the perfect amount of sweetness. They have a really great Texas-Oklahoma rub, and they're just cooked perfect.
Texlahoma strives on providing a warm, welcoming environment for the whole family.
We want this to feel like home, and I want our customers to come in and feel like this is home. Definitely a family place that you can bring the kids.
Serving amazing barbecue that is sure to fill you up.
You're not going to leave here hungry, and if you do, it's your fault.
In Edmond, Tiffany Tatro, Discover Oklahoma.
Texlahoma BBQ is located at 121 East Waterloo in Edmond. On Mondays, they're only open 11 to 3 and have limited menu of burgers and ribs. Visit Tuesday through Friday 11 to 8 for the full menu, or Saturday 11 to 3. They're closed on Sundays.
And no matter where your next road trip takes you, the Discover Oklahoma Dining Guide will help you find a great place to eat. Just log on to our website, travelok.com, and click Request Free Brochures to get your copy.
A huge thank you to everyone here at Scissortail Park for hosting us this week. The park is located in downtown Oklahoma City, just south of the Myriad Botanical Gardens. The address is 300 Southwest 7th Street. It is downtown Oklahoma City, so if you aren't lucky enough to find a free parking space on the street, you'll need to pay for a meter or park in a paid garage. Or best suggestion is to hop on the streetcar and ride down here. Visit the website scissortailpark.org for more information.
And coming up next week on Discover Oklahoma, we are headed to the greatly acclaimed park in Tulsa, and we will check out the Gathering Place's incredible playground.
Plus, it's trout fishing time in Oklahoma. We do a little fly fishing at Turner Falls. That's next week right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma.